Hello and welcome back to the StoneburnerBooks YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make book cloth. So book cloth can be used to cover your books that you're making. It can be used to support the spine of your books, and it comes in a wide variety of colors and different textures, but if you have a special fun fabric that you want to use, it's good to know how to make your own. I have a couple sheets that I've already made, so this is one that's just a fabric, but then with the paper backing, you can tell I'm getting ready to make it into a full cloth book cover. But before we get into that part of the process, let's start with actually just making our book cloth. So what you'll need is a piece of 100% cotton fabric, and I've cut mine to be just slightly bigger than the piece of paper I'm using. And then I'm also using just a text weight paper. It's a really nice quality text weight paper, so it's heavier than what you would see for a printer paper, but not as heavy as cardstock. And it's not as smooth as a printer paper, so it has a nice feel to it, and I think it works well with for a book cloth backing. Now this also, the grain is going this way, which often can be a pain, but for this one I want my grain going this way because you'll see this is how the spine of my book is going to be. So grain direction is going in the same way that I'm going to need it for my spine. So it's very easy, a very easy process. I'm going to set the cloth aside for right now, and I'm just going to get some extra, this is just newsprint that I keep on hand for when I'm gluing larger pieces of paper. And then I'm using PVA. I know you can do it with wheat paste. I just like PVA a little bit better. You can water it down slightly if you want, but you don't have to water it down. The one really important thing that you do with your PVA when you're doing this is make sure every part of your paper is covered. I have never used a roller brush for this process, but the more I do this, the more I think it could be helpful, simply because by the time I get all of this glue on this piece of paper, I'm going to have to go back to the parts where I started and make sure that it hasn't started drying yet, because if it's not very wet when you put it on your cloth, it will leave a little bubble where it doesn't adhere very well. So some of the things that you want to think about of why you would use a paper-backed book cloth rather than just using cloth. It will provide a lot of structure. Having the paper backing will provide a lot of structure for the fabric so that it lays flat. It doesn't kind of crinkle in different ways. Let me get this over here. And also it provides some more structure. Your spine would not be that strong if you just used regular fabric without a backing. I'm using 100% cotton fabric, so it is pretty flexible and flimsy, and the paper backing just really helps provide stability to the cover. So now you can tell I've got my whole cover, or my whole piece of paper covered with glue, but I'm just going back because I want to make sure that there are no big globs of glue, but also no places where the glue is starting to dry. All right, I feel like this could go on forever, but we're going to call this good in just a second. Okay, so just carefully picking this up. I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I'm putting my cloth wrong side up. And then because I cut it bigger and because the pattern is just a general pattern, I'm just making sure that I'm approximating where it needs to go. And then gently smoothing the paper down. And then I'll use my Teflon folder to push a little bit harder and put a little bit more pressure on there. And I'm always moving from the center out. You may have noticed that that's how I was putting the glue onto the paper as well. And that's just to if you're kind of working and you pull your glue back this way or your bone folder back this way, you can wrinkle up the paper. So always working from the center and going out just keeps everything smooth. All right, so that seems like it's pretty good. Let's flip it over. And it doesn't look like any of the glue came through, so that's good. I can see a couple little spots where there are little bubbles, so I'm just gonna show a little bit of extra care there to push that down and see if I can get it to adhere. But the next step for this is that I'm gonna be putting this under weights to dry. I use a layer of blotter paper, then hollyhocks, then we put this in, then more hollyhocks and blotter paper, and then I weigh it all down and leave it for about 24 hours. So right now this is pretty nice and flexible, really, and it feels good. I'm gonna get it pressing, and I will check back in with you later to show you how it came out. Okay, so it is 24 hours later. I just took my book cloth out from the press and it's ready to use. You can see it's nice and flexible but still sturdy. The only thing that I need to do to make it so I can use it is I'll just trim off the extra fabric here, and then I can go ahead and make all the markings for how I want to where I want to put my covers and all of that stuff. So stay tuned for a video coming soon where I will actually use this and turn it into the cover of a small journal. So check back for that, or subscribe if you haven't already subscribed so you'll be notified when that video is posted. I hope this has been helpful, and if you make book cloth, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. Bye.